Hello, today here we're talking on how to speak on classification tables and visuals. And for this, we'll take topic entertainment and pastime. So I want to remind you how important it is to develop your academic literacy. And we are starting with basic operations. We'll do the classification, or then description, then we'll learn how to compare and contrast and do ranking or rating. Today here we are talking about a classification table. A usual classification table or a visual, which you see here, provides categories, subcategories, and additional details. If we look at this visual, we'll see that the main categories here are cinema, theater, opera house, concert hall, stadium, and circus. The subcategories are shows, performance, places, and audience, and additional details are how to visit a place. So when we talk about such visual, we need to overview the table or the visual, which we have just done, to choose the important points to write or speak about, and to use transformations or paraphrasing of the parts of the visual. Then we can start introducing the visual, writing the paragraph 2, paragraph 1, and paragraph 2, and the conclusion. So let's start with this table. We have already overviewed it, so we may think of the transformations. We may use venues instead of places, spending free time by watching shows, which means entertainment. Entertainment places we may call pastime places, shows, performances, performers, actors, audience are spectators, observers, viewers, watchers, or guests. So let's start. In step 1, we overview the table or the visual. So, and here's my example. The table given presents various types of entertainment, such as cinema, theater, opera house, concert hall, stadium, and circus. In step 2, we need to choose the important points to write or to speak about. So our important points are shows, performers, places, and audience. So here is my example. Each pastime place can be characterized by various types of performances and actors, the places where the shows are done, and how the audience reacts to the show. In step 3, we do more in-depth description that expands our general statement. For this, we need to understand the relations between the parts. And when we look at the parts, we'll see that probably stage or arena, stages are common for most shows, while screen is common to the cinema only. So we may say here, in most venues, the shows are performed live on the stage or arena, while in cinema, the films are pre-recorded and the audience watches them on screen. So in step 3, we can give a more in-depth description. We may add that while some places are focused on performing stories to the spectators, others may present shows that have no punchline. So now, at this moment, we need to add, and again, we may expand this part with the examples. For example, while some places like cinema, theater, or opera house are focused on performing stories to the spectators, others, for example, stadium, circus, or concert hall may present shows that have no punch line. That is how we added the examples. And finally, we provide a conclusion. In conclusion, modern civilization has provided us with the variety of places where we may spend free time with content and learn a lot from the performances. So here we don't say anything new, we just restate what we have already said. And now let's look what we got in general. So we overviewed the table, we choose the important points to write or to speak about. We gave a more in-depth description that expanded our general statement. We added here more examples and we made a conclusion. So that is how we may describe any simple classification table or visual. And your home task will be to talk about leisure places. You will need to overview the table, to choose the important points to write or to speak about, to give a more in-depth description that expands the general statement, to expand the statement, and finally, to write a conclusion. So that is all for today. Again, we talked about how to speak on classification tables and visuals. And for this, we took the topic of entertainment and pastime. Thank you and bye-bye.